This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast.
Woo.
Betsy.
Marcy.
I'm so excited for our guests today. I can't wait to talk about some of their projects.
I'm so pumped. I was just telling you I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
We're
Holy shit.
We are booked and blessed with comedian, podcaster, and author Jamie Loftus. Welcome.
Hi. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
We're so happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
This is truly my ideal topics with my ideal people. This is great.
Oh my God. So
hell yeah.
let us jump in because you have a book coming out in May that tell us all about it. Betsy, wait till you hear about this.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to tell you about it. It's my first book. It's called Raw Dog, and it's the history of hot dogs.
Whoa, cool. Oh my God, I love hot dogs so much.
I really would love your takes on hot dogs. I'd love to know your favorite takes, your favorite makes, your favorite states to get them in. I love hot dog data. Do you have, do either of you have like a go-to like favorite hot dog place or like style?
Oh. You know, there's a great place called The Stand that's across from the Pasadena Playhouse. Mm-hmm. And we had season tickets there. And every time before we went, we would go get hot dogs from there.
I haven't gotten them at The Stand.
They're really good. And you can just load them with whatever you want.
Okay, we're going local. Locally, I will sometimes order from the Dog House. Spelled.
I love the Dog House.
Yeah.
Dog House is good.
Yeah, House AUS. And they are on Hawaiian buns, which is so good. Or Hawaiian rolls, yes. And they're big old beefy meaties.
Yeah, beefy meaty weenie, man. They have really good hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And they have, because they use those rolls too, they got like good. I talk a lot of the book about bun infrastructure.
Yes.
That's like a make or break quality of a hot dog. Like you can have the best hot dog in the world with the best like toppings in the world, but if the bun is soggy or it can't support it, then
get out of
the
there.
Whole experience falls apart. It's a nightmare.
Pun.
It's so true.
No pun. Bun. What made you want to write a book about hot dogs?
There kind of weren't any, which was surprising.
You just started Googling like books about.
Yeah, I wonder any books about what? Nothing.
I know I need to write a book, but I don't know what about.
Kind of. I mean, like I'm like a lifelong hot dog advocate and lover, which is not unusual at all. But yeah, I was like, I had done a couple of like deep dive podcasts into things I was interested in, and I'd done 2 in a row that were like pretty depressing and like really like difficult to get through. So I was like, well, whatever I do next, I want it to be like really fun and stimulating for me. So I just made a list of like things I could think about for 6 months straight without getting really upset. And like hot dogs was like top of the list. And yeah, like my tops were like Kathy Comics and hot dogs. And then I ended up doing something about both of them, which was like, so it was just like a nice year. And yeah, and then there are some books about hot dogs, but not like, I don't know. I felt like there were books about hot dogs that had a little bit of history in them. And then there were a lot of like hot dog recipe or like recommendations, but there was nothing that like every book, I'm pretty sure I bought every book about hot dogs that existed just to make sure that it like this didn't already happen. But there was nothing that like, it was only the good parts of the hot dog and none of the, and like doesn't mention any of the stuff that they don't want you to think about.
Whoa.
So
Like
I was
the rendering plants and stuff, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And like, I'm really into like workers' rights and like and understanding labor movements better. And there's so many like meat packing movements that were like, I mean, successful or not, but like really interesting and not a lot written about them, and definitely not in a book about like the hot dog books really don't want you to think about how it's made, which makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. What's one of the wildest facts you learned while researching hot dogs? Or like what's your go-to like, dude, I found this out. It can be nasty. You can ruin hot dogs for us if you want. I'll be mad, but
I honestly thought by the time I finished, because I went on like a road trip across the country, like eating hot dogs for like months.
Amazing.
oh, cool.
And it was so much fun. And I did think by the end, by the time I like researched meatpacking, that I'm going to be a vegan. It's going to happen. And it just like never, I know a lot more than I used to. And I'm like a more careful consumer, but I like still eat. I had one yesterday at Walt's, which is my favorite LA hot dog.
I've never been.
It's in Eagle Rock, and they have really good vegan hot dogs too, which are kind of hard to find if you don't want to eat meat.
Where do corn dogs fit into this?
Good one.
That's a really good question. Corn dogs, I eventually had to be like, I have to keep corn dogs out of it.
Okay, good. I just wanted to
fair
make sure.
enough.
Too messy.
Just want to make sure.
Because that could be its own book.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't have any professional opinions on the batter.
Okay.
But there are good. I do mention in the book, because I tried to like I did all this research like summer 2021, so it was like still a little tricky to travel at that time safely. So it was all like in country. I didn't leave the country at all. But there are really good like Korean hot dog places that have been popping up that are really they're rice dogs, not corn dogs, but like a similar texture and like vibe and stuff.
They look adorable.
They're very I see my thing is like I think they're a little more Instagram friendly than they are like I love eating them friendly.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Because they're just kind of like too big. There's like whole hunks of potatoes in them. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is like
That's
so many
intense.
things.
It reminds me of like is it Somi? The like little fish pocket ice cream. It's like it looks like a fish, but it's a waffle cone that's shaped like a fish, and it's like got soft serve in it. And it's like it's cool, but it's like it's more about the gram than it is anything. Somi could be something
Right.
totally different. People are like, Marcy, your brain's broken, and that's true, guys. So
And that's accurate.
fair of you to all say all at once at my face and adding me on Facebook. No, I don't
Add her.
use- yeah. So
Add her on Facebook.
I'm looking it up.
My
'cause
favorite.
Somi is soft serve. Okay, it actually is a restaurant. That's why I thought of it. So never mind.
Okay.
But it is what I thought it was. Okay, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say my favorite hot dog fact. I'll pick a friendly one. Was that I got to know two people who drove one of the Wienermobiles pretty well.
Cool.
And so I was asking, and they're super nice. It's all like, it's exclusively people who are like fresh out of college, and it's almost like a year-long sabbatical where they pay you a salary to drive around the country in the Wienermobile. It's really cool. I was like, oh, I wish I knew about this when I was in my 20s. But it's super competitive to get in because there's only 6 Wienermobiles, 12 people in the program total, and they like take a lot of pride in it. And so I met Nick and Lauren who like drove it, and it's like you do it for a full year, full time, and so you're with one person for the first 6 months.
It's like being one of
And
those
that's it.
Mormon people who go around.
Yes.
like their mission.
Whoa.
Yeah, missionary. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word.
It literally is like hot dog mission work, and the way that they train them in Wisconsin, and it's very like in the most positive way, a bit like culty and like initiating ceremony. They all put their hands on a hot dog at the end of the week, and they're like, or it's like a 2-week training program. But they told me, because I was just like, what, how do you guys get along? And they were like, as far as we know, because they weren't dating, but I was like, do people have to like,
yeah, dude,
have sex in here? And this was like the third time I talked to them. I didn't just like
immediately like, hey, so people fucking here, right?
Because I met them in the parking lot of a Vons in Culver City, and so I was like, you can't. It's like the worst place to be like, so do you guys fucking here or what? But yeah, no, I was like, do people ever end up like dating or hooking up in the Wienermobile? And they were like, yeah, there's a 50% rate of people who end up in long-term relationships out of the Wienermobile, and they're like, we are outliers in that we are not in love with each other.
We were both very ugly and disgusting. So, wait, Jamie, should I edit this out? Because you have to write this movie.
I mean, it is like there's
Copyright.
Copyright.
You got it's your idea.
It's true. Yeah. If anyone, it should be out there so that I can prove that it was my idea.
Yes, this is this is the timestamp. We got it. We know exactly when
We
you said
know it.
We're suing everyone.
But it's so nuts. Like, yeah, you're driving around the country. You've just got out of college, and you're like falling in love in the Wienermobile. I so wish that I knew about this when I was getting out of college.
I would be one of the people who was like desperately in love with my co-pilot, and they wouldn't like
And
me
they
back.
would not want anything to do with you.
Not at all. Instead, I went to UCB and did that in every class.
More of a stationary experience
Yeah,
with no time, no beginning or end.
Yeah, but new practice groups every night of the week, so there was a lot of rejection to be had.
Oh yeah.
The full spectrum.
Wow. Ooh, I cannot wait to read this book.
Yeah, tell everyone where, like, can they pre-order it
It comes out on May 23rd. You can pre-order it basically anywhere. Try to shop at an independent bookstore and not Amazon or anything like that. Because it is a book about labor. And
Marcy Bezos. Come on,
Marcy Bezos.
And then I'm going on tour for a couple weeks at the end of May and beginning of June to do readings and like have more stuff. So I'll be going around.
Cool. Are you going to be eating a hot dog during the reading?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to try to get like, my favorite make in every city.
Cool.
That's so cool.
Now,
it's really dream come true stuff.
That is,
just to go around and eat hot dogs. It's great.
To do a tour unlike anyone else. I hope you meet Guy Fieri somewhere along the way.
Yes. What's his favorite hot dog?
What a dream. I don't know. I know that there was a place I went to in North Carolina that like they had been on diners, drive-ins, and dives, and that was like, it made me laugh because the hot dogs were good, but it was like that was the whole like the theme of the restaurant seemed to be that Guy Fieri had like been there. I was like, what did you guys do before he got there? They were like framed pictures of him everywhere. I thought it was his restaurant, and they're like, no, he just was here once.
One
That's
single
so
time.
Cute.
Yeah, they were really proud of it. Yeah.
Now, tell us about your podcasting too. You're a fellow podcaster.
Love to podcast. I've been doing a feminist movie podcast for years called the Pickle Cast with my friend Caitlin Durante, and then for solo stuff, I've done like a bunch of deep dive podcasts on things that I like, and that's kind of the limit of it. There's not a lot of distinction otherwise, but yeah, there's like one called My Year in Mensa, where I infiltrated Mensa for a year, and they like hated me.
Whoa, cool.
Summary. And then there's one called Lolita Podcast, which is about like the cultural legacy of Lolita, and that was the one that I'm very proud of it, but I got so depressed that I'm like, hot dogs is the next
Could imagine.
thing.
Could imagine.
Wow.
And then there's one about Kathy comics, and then there's one about spiritualism and like hanging out in a spiritualist community in Florida, which is why I was like,
oh, cool.
This show is so perfect.
I cannot remember the name of it, but I've heard of this before.
It's called Ghost Church.
Oh, but what's this community called?
Casadega.
That's right.
Yeah.
I went to Lilydale in the late summer.
Oh, that's so cool. I've never been.
I was like, look at all the houses are up for sale because the mediums are aging out, and but to buy one of those beautiful Victorian homes, you have to become a member of the spiritualist church and also be tested as a psychic medium. So you have to literally be confirmed as psychic. But the prices are great. If you can do that, it's a really good deal for a Victorian house.
I have such like conflicted feelings about that because I'm like, I appreciate that you guys are holding it down and keeping the standards high, but like you're all dying. Like you gotta like make it a little more accessible. Because when I was talking to, because it's like, Casadega is like a copy paste community of Lilydale, like same styles of houses, and it's just supposed to be like Lilydale South because like Lilydale's closed most of the year. But yeah, when I was there, I was like, well, what, like theoretically, like what would I need to do to be like qualified to live here? And one of the guys I talked to is just like, yeah, you basically need to like bail on the rest of your life for like 2 years and train down here, and like there's no real way to make money in the meantime. Like it's just like not really sustainable for people who aren't like retired or have like a huge, so it's just like it seems like they have a hard time retaining people. Yeah. And it would be sad if the communities died out. I'm like, I don't want to be like, lower your standards, but like maybe a little. I don't know.
Yeah, lower them a little bit.
Maybe
or like adjust them.
Well, maybe they'll figure out how to make capitalism work from beyond, and they can just keep their houses even if they're dead. You know what I mean? Like if they're going to be like, if they're mediums and stuff, they should be able to keep doing their job from the other side, I think.
Yeah. They should.
Just have like a big bullhorn in front. Okay, let's jump into it. We're already kind of dipping our toe. I'm going to ask you what we ask everyone, which is, what, if anything, do you believe about the paranormal?
Ooh, a lot. I'm into it. I feel like at different points in my life, I've been different levels of like willing to say that. But once I did the spiritualism thing, I was like, all right, well, it's just like, it just is. I'm like my uncle. I grew up in Massachusetts, and my uncle owned a new age shop in Plymouth.
Cool.
And so,
whoa,
which was like the coolest thing in the entire world. And like, so I grew up like into it, and also just like no one in my family really was like pushing against it in any way. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I like grew up into it, and then fell out of it for a while when he moved away. But I don't know. It's always been like a part of my life, and sort of like just a mix of like either fun or just like consistent. I don't know. I like scaring myself too. So
it's the best.
Yeah, that includes like ghosts, potions, crystals. What like
definitely ghosts and like spiritual medium communication. Yeah. Always been like, I think that like especially I'm very into. I like the accessories, and I like I've been trying to learn how to read cards for like a year and a half, and I feel like I'm like, oh, is my brain past the point where it can retain 72 images? It could be true.
Wait, but you were in Mensa, so I feel like if anyone can do it.
Unfortunately, Mensa is a sham. Like there's so
what? I've been trying to get it so much. I like don't even know how to say that.
I just keep sending in monologues though.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mostly spiritual mediumship, but I don't think that I have that ability. I just believe that people have it.
Yeah. Did your uncle have it?
I think so.
Yeah.
And he still he lives in North Carolina now, but he still like practices.
Cool.
And still like growing up when we lived at the same state, I would go to his like home like reading room, and he would always read cards and runes for me on my birthday. And now he does that like on Zoom. He does it remotely.
Oh, that's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he does it in this like really, I put him in the podcast because I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of like insane sounding, because he has like a really thick New England accent. And so he'll be
great.
Like, he's like, you're an asshole in life, you're an asshole in death. It is what it is. He's the best.
That's awesome.
Oh, God.
I want to watch a TV show with him.
I know. Yeah, it seems he's very TLC coded.
Yeah.
Oh, which is just the right amount of trash. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Offensive, but not trash, but like a vulgarity, I guess, is what it is, right?
Yeah, a big ass personality that you're like, what is this? Is this person okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect TLC material.
Where you want to be, for sure. Now, do you believe in any other things, like in the like when it comes to like, I feel like aliens are very obvious, but we have cryptids and stuff too, or fairies, all any of those things.
I guess I don't know enough about other stuff. I've definitely like enjoyed learning about cryptids. I want to believe in aliens, but then I feel like sometimes I have not met a lot of spiritualists that have genuinely freaked me out. I have met a couple alien heads that genuinely freak me out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
Okay.
What's a
Sometimes,
scary
like-
idea? Like us being dead and still kind of having a presence isn't scary. That's like kind of hopeful. But
Yeah.
fucking aliens coming around, like, no, I don't want to do that. It's the same people who want to talk about AI taking over. I'm like, I'm not interested. I don't want to have this conversation.
Right, like it's that maybe is. I also had like a weirdly like a specific experience where I had like a guy who like I guess like stalkery kind of vibes, who thought I was an alien. And then I was like,
Wait,
well, if this is what
Tell-
alien people are like, then like I don't fuck with it.
I don't want to traumatize you, but if
But yeah.
No,
Can we hear a little bit more?
if you want to share any part of that with us, we're
Really open
all
up
ears.
that wound.
I'm sure, like I say, you're both like I don't know. It's just like someone who's like coming to a lot of shows, and you're like, what's going on with this person? And it's like friendly to him, but I was like, after a while, I was like, all right, this is like too many shows. This is like not a coincidence. And then one time, this is a couple years ago, he like handed me a manila envelope after a show.
Danger.
And and I was like, thank you. And he's like, open it. And I was like, no thanks, like I'll open it later. And so I opened it at home, and it was like these handwritten letters that were basically like that I had been sent from a like planet to like be his wife. And that like we were telepathically communicating. That's why he was coming to the show.
That is scary.
Asking him to, and like that I was an alien sent to mate with him.
No, I hate that.
Oh, he used that
I didn't
term.
love it. It's funny now, but I didn't love it. So that was any interest I had in aliens was like put on hold. But I was like, well, I'm not.
Well, especially
now it sounds suspicious.
if
Where I'm
they're-
like, I'm not an alien.
Well, if they're going to be like forcefully matchmaking you, no, you're not. Like, I can understand why you're like, I'm not into that.
I hope I would be from a more progressive alien planet. I feel like alien planets are generally I don't know. Are how are alien planets characterized? Are they like regressive versus us, or are they like, I feel like they're from the future, they have it all figured out.
I assume they're all just humans who got away.
Yeah. I think there are replicas of us on other planets.
Or bugs. Like
Little bugs.
Like bugs.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so
That's terrible. I hate that for you.
that made me
I'm sorry to
like.
tell this terrible
No, I mean
story.
We wanted to hear it.
Here's the thing. There is no way we can talk about the paranormal without there being elements of upsetting things, right? Because
True.
people have to die. Usually, especially the more gruesome, it's usually like some wet kid or
Ew.
a lady who got left at the altar. Something, it's always something a bummery kind of,
It's always someone like spurned and vulnerable coming back.
Yes. Ooh. Sorry, that story really got me. It really rocked me for a second there.
Yeah, I feel like anyone who like comes to, we have shows and we have people who come a lot, but they're just like nice and will bring donuts and like treats and stuff for the holidays. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
very
Well, I
lovely.
mean, it's like that's normal. Yeah, this was like an outlier, but I was
It turned you off. You're like, no thanks, aliens.
Yeah.
wasn't as into it, and it was while I was doing Ghost Church too. So it was like I feel like I didn't really have much of a leg to stand on when it was like, well, clearly I believe in some of this stuff, except for the part where I'm an alien wife.
I feel like it would have been impossible for me not to open the manila envelope then or folder and then be like,
Don't know what I would have done.
I would have set it on fire. I would be like, I'm not going anywhere near this. Get this out of here.
I would have had to been like, oh, interesting. I don't know. I'll have to check in and see how I'm remembering this.
I'll have to phone up the mothership and see if this is a conversation I can continue with you at this time.
Yeah, this looks like a breach of confidentiality, I think. So, well, aside from being an alien, do you have any experiences, especially like having it in your family or hearing anything like weird and spooky?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of good family stories. I feel like I thought I saw. Well, I grew up in like New England. All the houses are old,
spooky.
and my cousins grew up in this like 300-year-old house that was like kind of falling apart, and it was like, yeah. So we were just always afraid of being there. But there were like stories about there was me, one of my cousins, and my uncle all saw like a couple arguing in the living room at night, or like for me it was I heard something and then I went down and no one was there. My cousin saw something. I don't remember my uncle's situation was, but it was like there were years between these incidents where I like went downstairs because I thought my aunt and uncle were like in a like something wasn't okay, and then I went downstairs and it was like no one was there, and so like that house was always full of stuff. And then like that it's so hard to check. There's like, if I ever just had like week to go through like documents or something, I would want to know what was going on in that house, because we would hear all these stories about stuff that had happened there, and I like, can't like verify it. But my older cousin had in her bedroom there was like this closet, but there was no door on the closet, and if you went, she like used it to put her books in and stuff, but if you went in on one side, there were like like it seemed like nail marks.
Like fingernail.
Yes.
Scratching.
Yes. And the story was, because I remember like I always thought it was like her cat, but then I was like, this is like too high up to be a cat. But my grandfather, because we had lived in that house for like, yeah, my grandparents moved in there in the like 50s, so they most of the stories from like hundreds of years ago came from them, so I don't know how reliable they are. But according to my grandfather, there was some sort of like marital dispute, and the woman was locked in the closet, and the doorknob was taken out, so she was like trying to get out. And I was like, I don't know why you wouldn't just paint over that. But
yeah, right?
They're like, we do, but it keeps bleeding every time.
Yeah, it keeps coming through.
So those ones are scary. There's one in my
We want them all. Obviously, we want them all. So keep going.
Let us have it.
I love ghost stories. In the house my family lived in, it was like not old. It was like from the 50s, but we were the second family to ever live there, and the first family moved because their 8-year-old had died.
Oh no.
I think that they were just like, we gotta get out of this house. But there was multiple. My mom like ran a illegal daycare out of the house.
Yeah, nice. Illegal
Kind of a trashy
daycare.
It was like a kid fighting ring, like a dog fighting.
Yeah. We were just getting really strong in there. But there was like, the girl was like 8 and had like long brown hair, and so there was a few different instances of the younger kids thinking that I had come home from school early because there was a girl in like one of the rooms, but like I wasn't there, and I did look up, was like, what did the little girl look like? And I was like, not a dead ringer, but little girl with brown hair. And so there's a few examples of my little cousins thinking that they're like, why is Jamie home from school? And I was like, she is not.
Ew.
Is cool.
Whoa.
I always wanted her to visit me, but I didn't. I never got.
Wow.
Do you think it was like a ghost or like some sort of doppelganger for you?
Ooh,
Whoa.
I hadn't even thought about that. I just assumed it was the dead kid. Wait, that's wild. That would be. See, we weren't thinking that deeply over
I got chills. I don't like that.
I just only thought of it because like your family like multiple times thinking it was you every time, I guess. It would be like, what is going on there? Unless this kid was like a dead ringer for you.
No, I mean, like, yeah, little kid, long brown hair.
Yeah.
So I guess if you were like a fellow little kid, you'd be like, close enough.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, that one. But there's been no sign of her for many years now.
Wow. Are your parents still in that house?
My dad still lives there.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. And so I was like, and he's like, doesn't really believe in a lot. He didn't actually, it was like my mom's side of the family is very into it. And my dad didn't believe in any of it until his mom passed away. And then he all of a sudden became much more receptive to it. And then he went to like a spiritualist church, and it was like,
Whoa.
Wow.
it was cool.
That's cool.
My dad went on antidepressants, and all of a sudden it was fucking game changer. He's like,
Whoa.
maybe ghosts are real. Let's talk about it. I was like, yes.
That's what's so funny. When I first started antidepressants, I think, I was coming out of a very severe depression, but at first I went so numb that I became fully agnostic about everything, and I was like, well, maybe none of it's real. And then we tweaked my meds, and I was like, I'm back in the game, baby.
Fairies are stealing my keys and hiding them. Let's go.
Mother figures.
I wish I had more like fairy lore. Are you like really deep into fairies, Marcy?
No, I just have something sometimes that fucks with me, and then I'm like, what is that? I mean, maybe it's a ghost, but it feels like more trickstery. Like I like just had like hidden car keys and things like that, or people you hear stories about just items going missing to only turn up in a weird spot later, even if it's years later. So I mean, could always be rats, guys. Could always be rats.
Ooh.
Wait, we didn't even talk about it. I had a spooky moment. I woke up at 2 a.m. this morning because I heard a very loud bang. At least I was like, I'm either experiencing exploding head syndrome or I heard something. But then I have security cameras like around. I have like a couple in my house and then like a couple outside, and I checked and I was like, I don't see anything on it, and I was like, well, I'll just go back to bed. And then I never ever could. And then later in the morning I was going to the bathroom in the front of the house, and I heard like some kind of creaking. I was like, hopefully it's just an animal that like jumped up on like something on the outside. But I was like truly so scared for so long. So long. Yes.
Whoa.
God, that's so stressful.
Ooh.
Probably just a critter, though, guys. So, but we always say rather it be a ghost, truly.
Than an
Truly.
alive thing, yeah.
Ultimately, I don't think ghosts can hurt you.
That's what I always thought. And then my mom said, well, how would you know?
Yeah.
That's true.
I was like, wow, you are a ray of sunshine.
Good point, Mom. Good point.
I was excited because I had it for the first time in forever. I felt like I had like a visit from a dead relative the other night. Because when I was working on the show about Casadega, like the beginning of last year, and the whole time I was in the community. I was like talking to people all the time, and I like wasn't. I don't know, like stuff wasn't like happening. And I was getting. I think I don't know. In retrospect, I'm like I think I would just like wanted it too bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it like wasn't really happening, and I believed in it, but I was getting like frustrated and discouraged. And then like 3 nights ago, I had this really, really, really vivid dream about my grandma, which I've like had dreams about her before, but not ones that felt like really, I don't know. It was a cool visit. And then I called my dad because that was his mom, and he was like at her gravestone when I called him. It was
okay.
He was like, "Oh, that's crazy. I'm on my walk, and I figured I'd stop by Graham's stone." And I was like, it was really cool.
That because it's cool even without the dad part where it's like, oh neat, but then the dad part just solidifies it where it's
And
like,
if it's only
Yeah.
just your dad, if it's only just like, oh, that we were connected in that way, both thinking it, like, you know, like
yes,
every part of it is like something out of the realm of like normal stuff, right? So that's really cool.
Yeah, it was so nice. Yeah, because I still like anytime I've talked to him about stuff like that, I still feel like I have like in the back of my head, I'm like, he doesn't believe it. Because he's like the person in our family who did not believe it.
Yeah.
But then I called him, and now he's way more receptive to it. And he was like standing like feet away from her. It was cool.
That's
and it was such
awesome.
a friendly visit. I know, it was great.
That's so nice. And have you had visits like that before?
I had them more vividly than when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have, like my mom, like I don't remember this. My mom swears that it's true, where she would like find me like sleep talking, like sitting up in bed sleep talking with my grandfather who died when I was really little.
Oh my God.
Which could just be that I'm a sleep talker, because I am a sleep talker to this day. But she was like, it sounded like you were having a conversation and like with your grandfather.
Whoa.
Which I hope is true.
I do too. I hope y'all were just talking about hot dogs.
Yeah.
And just how great hot dogs
The prophecy.
are. Yes. Yeah. Wow.
And then when I was in middle school, like that was why this dream felt like such a big deal, because I hadn't had a dream that felt this vivid with someone who'd passed away since middle school, where
Wow.
there was someone, like a friend of the family, died in a motorcycle accident really suddenly when he was still pretty young, and I had a really, really, really vivid visit from him, like within the first year of him dying. But that's the last time. Yeah, I was like 14, so that was like the last time there was something super vivid, up until my grandma, who died 7 years ago. It's weird that she decided to show up the other day.
I mean, there's no hard and fast rules from what it seems. Like, I think people really believe that, like, someone has to have died here, and it has to be, you know, like, there's all these things that we think, but it's like, how, if we're defying the laws of the world we live in, then how will we know? There's no way for us to know any of this stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Like, when would it ever be on your timetable? Which is where I was like, I wanted it to happen last year so badly. And spiritualists have so many rules about like how to, like, because I don't totally agree with them about everything, because they make it sound like you have 7 spirit guides. and like you'll know that your journey has begun when the man in the cape comes to you in a dream.
Ooh, wow.
Like, where the fuck is he at? Like, where's the man in the cape?
Where's my man?
Where's my man in the cape? Come on.
When's it gonna happen to me?
The man in the cape never showed, and I was like, well, I guess this journey is just not for me. I don't think it's for a lot of people though. I'm like, who did the man in the cape show up for? He also sounds scary. I don't know if that's a
that sounds spooky.
Yeah.
I
don't want to follow a man in a cape.
I don't like it.
Please, magicians need to leave me alone finally in my life.
Dude.
Can't.
Dude.
Yeah, the man in the cape will come for you in real life.
Yeah, he's at the Magic Castle.
Yeah,
he's a horny magician at the Magic Castle. I've met him. I know exactly who he is.
Yeah, we've all run away from that guy.
Yeah, he's very similar to the alien guy, let me tell you, vibe-wise.
Yeah. You're impressed once by one of his card tricks, and then you're fucked, man. You're
3
done
years
for.
of misery.
Yeah. It's like pull a card. You're like, I don't wanna pull any more cards with you, Dale.
You're gonna blow my mind. I get it. I was at Schwartz and Sandy's like 2 weeks ago or something, and there was a magician,
of course,
who was just wandering around, and the bartender like came up to us.
Wandering
like,
around?
There's this magician that comes often and like will just do tricks for people and just kind of like promote himself. And she's like, and I'm sending him over to you guys. And we're like, okay. And I gotta say, he blew our minds.
Thank God.
That's pretty exciting.
It was pretty cool.
He blew your minds, and then your back's out.
Right there on the table. Really let me have it.
One after another, Betsy and all of her bros getting back blows.
From a tiny magician that I could pick up and throw.
Hey, that doesn't matter. It ain't the size of the magician.
It's how he does
He
his
slides that hand.
tricks or something. Ooh. Just wait. So did you go through a phase where you're like, I don't believe in this. I don't ever, or were you always kind of like, I think it's happening. There's stuff going on.
I think it was like the first couple, weirdly, because I've lived in LA for 7 years. And I think the first couple of years I was here was when I was quietest about it. Because when I was in like New England, I was still near my family, so I didn't feel like I had to qualify it very much. But then when I moved here, it felt like a lot of people believed in it, but also that like you were like looked down on if you felt that, or like that's how I internalized it. Of like I've gone to California or something like that, even though my beliefs had not changed at all.
That's so funny. Yeah.
So then I kind of like, but I didn't stop. It's so dumb because like I didn't stop interacting with it. Like I would still get, I get like a couple readings a year and then a bonus one if I go through a breakup, and like have my chart done. Like I was still doing it. I just wasn't talking about it with people for a couple years. And then after a while, it's just like, well, who fucking cares? Like I believe the same stuff I always believed. I just like know a little more now, and that's a good thing. And then it's like always people you don't expect to like be on the same page with on that stuff, and yeah, it's just more comfortable. And I feel like people who give you shit for it are boring or mean.
Like I don't. Who would do that? Who gives a shit?
I don't run into a lot of people. Even the people in my life who don't believe in it are still sort of like, I wish I did.
Real? Yeah. I feel like maybe I'm like going off of more like, because I think like there's, I don't know, there are like some New England people in my life who are like bullshit, like, but, you know, it's like too preposterous. And then there's just a big contingency of like, I don't know, I'll never forget on like a very innocuous podcast appearance like 5 years ago, I mentioned a zodiac sign, and I mentioned zodiac sign. I was like, oh, that's like a very Leo thing there or whatever. I got emails for fucking days from guys who were like, how am I supposed to take a single thing you say about current events seriously when you believe in fucking sorcery and witchcraft and blah 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 blah? Like, people are still like, I don't know. Like, it has been more like online than people in my life who care about me. But there's like, yeah, like, I don't know. There's some people who are still really like nasty about it in a way that you're like, who is this hurting? Like,
you're like, ever heard of patterns, doofus?
right.
That's all it is. It's patterns. It's recognizing patterns.
And if you don't agree with it, then it's so easy to just not interact with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something that's not gonna track, and it's gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
But I thought of it, so you know it has to come out my mouth. That's the rule. Those are the rules around here. You've heard all the thoughts, and you're hearing this one. If different crops can be planted different times a year, and we know that's when they work best, why couldn't the same thing happen with humans with personality
Wow, that's good.
I don't think that's a dumb thought at all. Like, it's
that's a good thought.
It's just crop rotation, y'all. Personality rotation.
Whoa.
I like recently was talking about like the type of person who does this thing is crazy. Except for me, I'm just a Sagittarius. Like, I do it too, but it's because I'm a Sagittarius. I'm normal. I'm just a Sagittarius, so that's why.
I do. I mean, it's like I get what, but I don't know. I'm just like, it's kind of fun to be like, oh, the worst parts of me. It actually makes total sense.
Not my fault.
It was predetermined that I was going to suck in this way. And
it was when I was born.
Yeah.
It really does make it easier sometimes to deal with like little personality traits that you're like, well, they are being very Leo right now or whatever. Like, I have a lot of Capricorns in my life, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
Whoa.
We goating again. We're goating right now.
Wow. I don't know anything about any of them.
I mean, there's always going to be something is the best thing. But there is like, I don't know, there's enough common threads that I don't completely disbelieve it. But it's also just like that, like astrology stuff is more comforting to me than anything else, where especially like the last time I went through a breakup, like I texted a friend about it who's very into astrology, didn't bring astrology into it. And she said, she was like, Pisces man, what did I tell you? And I was like, she was right. That is what she told me. She advised against.
Wow.
Yeah, and she was right. And it was in the exact way she predicted it would occur. Not a person she knew.
Whoa. And has that like stuck with you where you're like, okay, I'm avoiding Pisces?
I will be avoiding Pisces for some time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now,
Pisces,
I'll say it.
get out of here, man.
I have asked someone for their birthday and they will not tell me. And I'm like, I think you got a bad sign. I don't know what it is.
Whoa.
No, I don't know. But I was like, very funny to withhold. I do think there is, especially in dating, there is this like very like dating app gendered thing where like it's the joke of like if a girl asks for your date of birth and time, date, and location, like no. But it's like
yeah,
fail.
I just am like, just tell me. It's
Come
fine.
on.
Or
Well,
I'll
it's just
figure it
info.
out. Which do you prefer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make me
Might
go
as well just
dig.
tell me.
It's possible. It's usually possible.
Should we listen to a listener story? Also, if you have more stories, we're all ears, but we can do both too.
I think those are my go-tos. I'll let you know if I think of anything else.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't hold back from us.
I feel that happens a lot. We'll like listen to a listener's story and then somebody's like, oh yeah, one time Yeah, one time this little boy chased me in an abandoned hospital. I was like, wait,
You're like, okay,
you're just remembering
How could
that?
I forget him?
best fucking
Okay.
story possible. Cool.
Yeah, whoa. All
right.
right.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Do it.
Hey, Betsy and Marcy. This is Amanda from Chicago. First time, long time. I wanted to tell you the story of my haunted condo. It's a building that was built in the early 1900s, and it's on an old pickle farm. And I was told that it was lodging for folks who worked on that farm. We bought our place in about 2017, and it's an old building. We bought it from a woman, it was like a really weird situation in buying the condo. It was like from an estate, but kind of this person. And it was just weird to do that whole process. So my husband and I and our young daughter, who was about 2 at the time, moved into our condo. And it's an old building. There's a lot of creaking. You can kind of hear stuff all the time. So, we were not strangers to living in the city and strangers to having people on other sides of the wall. So we just assumed that was what it was. And then, we'd get strange vibes. Doors would close, windows would turn, lights would turn on and off. We had a window open once that we swore neither of us did. And all of that's fine. Maybe it's just an old building and has weird drafts or whatever. But then I was playing with my daughter, and we have an exercise ball, and she wanted one too. So it's a small, a kid-size exercise ball. And it was just rolling back and forth on the ground. I recorded it. I'll send you the video too. It just keeps going back and forth with no one touching it. So, we would also hear coughing sometimes, which would sound man, it really sounds like somebody's just in here. And so me being somebody who's always believed in the supernatural and always kind of had a radar for ghosts, I just either thought it was a pickle farmer who didn't quite want to leave, or my husband has some relatives who have passed away, and we have some gold records. He was an accountant and for the stars, and so we thought maybe it was that person, but I don't really get the vibe that it's that person. On and on this goes. I was sitting, we now have another baby, and I was rocking her in her bedroom, and I hear the cat on the other side of the door, and he's meowing, meowing, meowing. And all of a sudden the door opens, which it was completely shut closed. The door opens, the cat walks in, and the door closes. The ghost wanted to let the cat into me. There's so many other just experiences that we've had in this condo that have been supernatural. And I was talking to a neighbor about it, and I was like, man, sometimes I really think there's a ghost in here. And he turns to me and he goes, well, you know about the woman who was murdered, don't you? No, I did not. We didn't at all. She wasn't, she was the previous owner of our condo. She wasn't murdered here. She was a journalist who was murdered in Belize. We were able to pull up the story online. So now I get the sense that it's her and not an old pickle farmer. That makes total sense because it doesn't feel like someone I know, but it doesn't quite feel like an old person either. And then the other night, I'm putting my older daughter to bed, and she turns and she looks down our hallway, and she goes, Mom, is that the ghost? I slowly turned around and saw nothing. I was so sure I was going to see something. And I asked her, oh, what do you see in the hallway? And she said, that lady, is that her? Is that the ghost? I think, your theory about parents not wanting to freak out their kids is correct. And I just said, you know what? I don't see anything there. Do you want to go investigate with me? So we walked down the hallway. She didn't see anything and she went to bed, but I stayed up. Anyway, love the show. Hope you all are doing well. Thanks so much for making this amazing podcast. Bye-bye.
Oh my God. Oh.
Every detail was so great.
Absolutely.
Pickle farm.
Pickle farm.
Juicy.
Also, devastating news is that I tried to find the video, but it's like it's saying my Gmail's unavailable. It's something very annoying. It's so.
Oh no!
I'll see if I can find it to post, but or
Yeah,
if
you gotta
I'll email
send it to
Amanda.
us.
But oh wow!
That's- Whoa, wait, I think I found.
What?
I think I found the name of the journalist because I was like, journalist murdered Belize. How many could it be?
Oh, let's see.
Chicago journalist Anne Sweeney killed in
Yes,
Belize.
yes.
2016. That has to be it.
2016. That's gotta be it.
That is, yeah, because it was included. I should be better at my job, but it was included in the original email where I can't get the
so we're
video.
not putting Anne on blast.
Okay.
Oh my God,
She was young. She's 39.
she was found floating in a mope in the river, not far from the horse ranch. Oh my God, she had been strangled and had
Ooh.
traumatic injuries to the head and neck. Oh my God. Wow. And her belongings, this is terrible, were found next to the river that runs through Napatunich Farm, a horse and eco resort. Wow, that's fucked. Oh my God.
I wonder.
See,
I'm
we're
so
saying
curious
bad stuff is always with these hauntings, right? Like there's always something sad and bad, right?
Yeah, but I do like that at least. I don't know. How do you guys feel about like? Because it's like she died. I understand why that would be like an unfinished business situation because it's so sudden and so sad. But I'm glad that she at least like. I'm always comforted even when someone like even with like the little girl at my house, if that was real, if like at least she's going back somewhere where she was like comfortable versus
Right.
like staying where she died. That's always the saddest stuff. Where it's like if you hear stories about a ghost lingering where they like very suddenly died.
Yeah.
I'm glad she went back to
Right.
the house.
Yeah, and it seems like she's having a good time. You know, of like,
Yeah.
hey, I'll help out with the cat and I'll like
Letting the cat in.
play with this ball. Like,
She was an animal lover.
yes.
Or
Wow.
worst case, the cat has developed ESP and can open doors.
Hey. And can play with balls. Hey.
It's becoming a puppy.
Wow. That was
Is there any like? I guess that there. I don't know because I've like definitely never purchased property and may never be able to.
Yeah,
but is that like? I know, like if you're renting an apartment, I don't think that they would tell you if anyone could have died here. I have no idea. But when you buy a house, is there like a heightened level of disclosure? I guess not.
I wonder if it could be different state by state too, for all I know. Like it can't be a federal law that you have to disclose. You know, I think if there's a violent crime, typically they disclose that. But only if you're the last person buying it. Like they wouldn't tell you that like 3 owners ago there was a violent crime, I believe. But also, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's a federal law. So.
Oh yeah, in California, any death on a property, peaceful or otherwise, needs to be disclosed if it occurred within the last 3 years.
Okay.
Okay. It's not a lot of years.
And the seller must also disclose any known death in the home if the buyer asks.
Yes.
So you gotta ask.
That's so scary.
Too scary.
They're banking on people feeling too weird about that to ask.
Or
Yeah.
just not, it wouldn't occur to be like, by the way, many deaths, murders here happen? What happens?
Seems a little
deaths?
too perfect.
Yeah.
Now, there are websites where you can just like pay $10 to find out if someone has died at any address.
Yeah.
And they just
I
pull.
guess if you're buying a house, might as well.
You might
I would
as
like
well.
to know.
I think so.
Yeah.
And it could
I
be
think
any kind of
so.
death, just like someone is pronounced dead there. My grandfather had, I think he had a stroke or a heart attack on an airplane, and but didn't die. He was alive, but they were like, all of a sudden that plane landed like an hour early. They're like, that plane sped up because they're like, we are not pronouncing this person dead on this plane, because then everyone has to sit here until a coroner gets there, and they have to like, it's like a whole fucking process. So they're like, we will. Also, they probably wanted to save his life, but they're like, let's do this. Let's get home.
Whoa.
That's really interesting to know that you could get to any destination way faster. You just
It
don't.
would just use all their fuel and maybe be a little, yeah.
Isn't that a thing at Disneyland too?
They don't
Like,
pronounce
they,
people dead at Disneyland. They take them.
They like
they'll take them off
they could
property.
be fucking decapitated, and they're like, no, like get them off the property.
There have been people pronounced dead
Shove
there.
him in a goofy suit.
Yeah, there have been people pronounced dead there just because, it was very clear that they died. But if it is sort of like, if they can get you in an ambulance and get you right off, and this was more for Disney World, they'll try to do that. Yeah.
Whoa.
I didn't look into this because I recently went on my first cruise. I know that a lot of old people die on cruises, but I before I left, I was like, nah, I'll look that up in a couple of months. So I haven't followed up on it. I think that a cruise is a great place to die because of something about dying in international waters. There's like benefits for your family or something.
Whoa.
I don't know exactly, but I remember reading something in, I don't know, like some magazine years ago that was like, some old people, it's like a great, like if they know, it's like you'll die somewhere pretty, and if you die in international waters, there's some benefit to it.
Wow.
I know.
Whoa.
Which is like vague enough that I would believe it, but I don't know what the benefit would be.
Yeah, let's see.
Weird.
Okay, first I'm looking up. They have to store the body somewhere, so all the ships have a morgue, a very small morgue. Yeah, and then the country of port will issue the death certificate, so that it may be, depending on where it's out of. Yeah, then that could be complicated. Then they have to bring the remains home. Oh my God. In a bizarre case in 2009, an 87-year-old woman died 36 days into a 114-night Holland America trip around the world.
114 nights on a boat?
Nightmare.
Honestly, kill me then.
That is so...
I can't do the other 80 whatever days, 88 days, or I don't think I did the math
I was
right.
struggling with 6. That's too many days. Wow.
Oh boy.
God.
Also, this is extremely long cruise often sees multiple deaths. 3 passengers had died on that previous voyage. No.
I wonder if it is like older people being like,
Yes.
I'm going to go and die on a boat, like, and
Why
see
not?
some
Or just,
cool
like,
stuff.
Maybe not even choosing, just like, statistically.
true.
But what a fun game to play at the beginning of a cruise, to pick out when you're in your, because they make you do those little muster drills. When you're in your muster station, you and your friends,
Who's gonna survive?
You pick out who's gonna be the one person to die on this cruise.
Cruises should be more haunted.
They probably are. What are you talking? Yeah,
I bet
think
they
they're
are.
so
I don't
spooky.
associate them with. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely scary,
Think of
but I
the
guess I
Queen
don't think
Mary.
of them as haunted scary. I think I just am like, I'm afraid of this experience.
There's a lot of reasons to be
Yeah.
afraid.
Yeah, but now a new one that I actually am more comfortable with.
Wow.
Oh boy,
My parents loved going on cruises.
Yeah,
They did the across the Atlantic where they were like on open water for like a week. And my dad was like, it was the greatest, most like relaxing time. And my mom was just like sitting next to him, her eyes all big, just being like shaking her head. Like, I didn't like it that much.
The ocean, it's too vast. It's too
It's
vast.
too scary. I hate
trying
it.
to kill you. Like, and that's
Yes.
fine. That's, her business. But it's like, I'm not going to tempt fate in that way.
No,
No.
not my house.
Where did you go on your cruise?
I went on. It left out of Fort Lauderdale and then went to Puerto Rico,
Ooh,
one other place,
cool.
and then like a man-made island for a day.
just like a garbage island.
Yeah.
It was. I'm pretty sure because I was looking it up, and it was like since 1996, and you're like, why am I older than this island? Like, what is? And it's just like a couple basketball courts.
Oh,
And like 2,000 chairs, like the chair for everyone on Chair Island, and they take you out on a little dinghy, and it's literally just an island of chairs. It's
Sit on a
beautiful.
chair. Sit
It's
on
in
a
the
chair.
Caribbean, but it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
is it
it's
just
definitely
floating?
owned. No, it seemed pretty solid. I don't know. I mean, it seemed kind of solid, but it was very clearly like owned by Carnival Cruises. And then people, like the employees from the boat, got off the boat to go to Chair Island to serve food at Chair Island. So I'm like, does anyone live at Chair Island? I'm sure a couple, but it wasn't. I was trying to figure out what the deal with Chair Island was, and I didn't make a lot of progress. And people were very not curious as I was about what was going on with Chair Island. They just kind of wanted to sit in the chair, which I can't
Wow.
blame them. I was being annoying.
I mean, but we got to find
I
out more
feel like
about
gotta answer that though.
Yeah.
Like, what is the deal with this chair island?
Does anyone stay? Because that's a great haunted location. Is like, that sounds like a Nancy Drew book, like The Mystery of Chair Island.
Big time.
Boy. Yeah,
I don't know.
And I'm looking up. There's a number of artificial islands or man-made islands around the world. Wild.
Yeah, how do you make an island?
I mean, it can't go to the bottom of the ocean, can it? I guess in a shallow area it could.
I don't know. I mean, how do you make an island in 1996 and like most people never find out? I don't understand.
This one
it.
that you're talking about in the Caribbean does look like it's touching the bottom, so it must have been like a low spot where they just like brought in more sand and dredged it up, possibly.
Whoa.
Okay, all right.
All
It
right.
seems solid.
Okay.
It's like the blue something K or something.
Emerald K, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just
Yeah.
it's all
It's not.
it's all chairs, baby.
Yeah, it's just off. Okay, that looks fair. I'll let this one slide. I'll let this one go.
Fine, it's an island.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay, and it's not floating. It's literally touching the ground. Got it. Got it.
Whoa.
This has been so much fun. I'm so beyond pleased to hear all the stories you have. And did any others pop up while you were just mulling around?
I wish. No, I just this whole conversation has been like, I'm not paying close enough attention. I should have been looking harder on the boat. There were apparently ghosts all over the place. I wasn't incentivized to look.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure someone somewhere had like something.
I bet somebody had some weird
Absolutely.
experience on that boat.
Absolutely.
Should have at least tried to find the morgue. I didn't know there was a morgue.
I don't know if
didn't know
there.
there's a
I
morgue
bet it's not.
either.
I bet it's not like the kids club where you don't really have access to it very easily. I'm not positive, but I bet it's hard to get to. Oh, this has been so much fun. Will you tell everyone where to get your book, where to find you, all the things, everything you're willing to give up as a non-alien?
Yeah. You can definitely get my hot dog book. It's called Raw Dog. It's out May 23rd. I'll be touring with it. I'm really excited. I had so much fun writing it, and I hope you like it. And then you can just follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm on Twitter at Jamie Loftus Help and Instagram at Jamie Christ Superstar.
Cool.
Nice.
This has been so much fun, Jamie. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
thank you.
Thanks for having me. This was so much fun.
Loved it. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy, and don't shit your pants!
That was a HeadGum podcast.